Boom! We are back, baby, hopefully with a bang. We haven't spoken to you guys since Thursday morning, where we released our last daily market update before I tried to catch a bit of downtime with the family, which is always easier said than done. However, we're back and we're going to be releasing multiple videos a day to help you guys stay up to date with everything happening in the cryptocurrency space and what opportunities you should be taking a look at. And on Thursday, we looked at Ethereum's road to victory in the last bull market and how it went from an $8 billion market cap to $500 billion. Around about 60x from its low. For me, it was about a 44x, something like that. I was actually showing the receipt to my patrons of the day because we did it as a Patreon exercise also. Because what it does is it normalizes the kind of pullbacks that are just inherent with this space. And actually the road from Ethereum going to an $8 billion market cap and in the sub $100 all the way to $4,000 or whatever it was, and a $500 billion market cap was filled with 20, 30, 40% pullbacks. And how are you going to time each one of those? You're not. I can't do that. And I do this for a living and spend way too much time looking at the charts and have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars learning to trade it from some of the best in the business that have been in markets for longer than I've been alive. I don't even think they can do it. So can you? I don't believe so. So the reason we showed that is because it normalizes what we're currently going through. And we'll look at where we're going in the future, and we'll do that through the lens of Bitcoin and how markets will break a high and see that continuation. We'll look at a number of examples. But it normalizes what we're going through. And it also really kind of reiterates our stance on not trying to trade the market like a ding-dong and thinking you're too smart, because you won't. And that's how $2.1 billion worth of liquidations occurred just before fundamentally this industry is about to come into its own. I don't want anybody being caught up in that. But it really reiterates, you can't time every top and bottom. You've got to be in the broader uptrend. And the broader uptrend for the cryptocurrency space, ladies and gentlemen, whether you look at the space as a whole through the lens of totals. I did this exercise on my Patrons yesterday, so if you become one today, go and watch that video instantly. The altcoin sector and how that's positioned, crypto broadly and all the various factors, and the macro environment all support a great time ahead of us. And pullbacks are just inherent and a part of that. So I don't want to spend too much time reiterating what we spoke about on Thursday. Really, we've got a hell of a lot to get into, and there's a hell of a lot of fundamental news coming out. It's going to be very hard for me to cover it all in this daily, but we'll cover some things that I think are significant, and then we're going to look at some price action. So the first thing for me to do is go over to a tweet from Mohammed El-Arain. This, from the Financial Times, is positive long-term news for crypto. Historical trends in finance have consistently shown that broader institutional adoption contributes to both reduced volatility over time. So when these altcoins have, just like Bitcoin is less volatile than the altcoin sector, a larger market cap, more participation, they will become less volatile. We're still on that journey to getting there. And that's an exciting prospect in my opinion. We've said we're investing in a market that hasn't even been allowed to become a market as of yet. And that is a great opportunity that we want everybody to be a part of. For some people, having seen how they've reacted to this pullback, I actually do think some people should just, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Stop investing in crypto, you're going to have an easier life. And go back to whatever, from whence you came, you know? I don't think investing is for everyone. I think everybody should invest, but let me rephrase that. Investing in crypto perhaps isn't for everyone. Go and invest in metals or something like that. Everybody should invest because we're in a compound equation against us in regards to the financial system. You know, we were looking at the cost of Freddos here in the UK. 5p when I was a kid, now £1. Unbelievable. And I'm not that old, despite my hairline. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Showing the broader institutional adoption contributes to both reduction in volatility over time and the continued maturation of an investment asset class. This is from the Financial Times. Cryptocurrency venture funds are reporting an influx of capital from endowments and foundations that until a few years ago were on the sidelines. They're here, guys, and there's about to be an enabling of this. Just the other day we see, or just over the past 24 hours, we've seen more XRP filings. There's about to be an enablement of this industry through the Wall Streetization of it and the institutionalization of it. We've already seen that happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been the most successful ETF ever. I think you're going to see some shocking things coming out of the altcoin sector in regards to investment flows. And we now know that endowment funds and foundations are now entering this industry. And what's the sentiment with retail that we continue to fight against? It's cringy, actually, to be honest. And you've got to wonder where... And I understand it, guys. I totally understand the emotional side of investing because I've lived it. But this is why we put on the armor of technical analyst. Analyst. Can't get my words out today, guys. Been a busy 4 days for me. Is because it allows us to simplify, quieten down, and understand in a more broad context, which we'll do towards the end of the video, where we are and where we're going. So this is great news. Not many reporting on this. Let's look at CoinShares weekly report. We always do this, guys. Recent price falls lead to significant buying on weakness with inflows at 1.3 billion. Who's buying these products? Not retail. I'll actually be dabbling in ETFs. We've got a video to release for you guys with Duncan Moyer, ex-senior investment analyst over at, or investment manager over at Aberdeen, largest or one of the largest funds in the UK, $660 billion. We spoke about ETFs. Now the president of 21 shares. Can't wait to release that for you. Digital asset investment products saw inflows totaling for the 5th consecutive week, totaling 1.3 billion. We've shown you on-chain metrics of support, also institutional buying, and you can just follow ETF flows as well, by the way. Meanwhile, what's retail doing? It's over. The alt season isn't happening. Blah, 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 blah. And the second the price moves up, the whole sentiment changes. I'm sick of it, at this point, to be honest. Some people, there's winners and losers in life. Choose which one you are. You either have a broader understanding of the space or you're getting suckered in with a short-term price action. And you're making your life unbelievably hard. And it upsets me to see that plague so many people out there. Because people don't realize what it is we're looking at here. We're looking at a technology that is fundamentally going to change value itself and enable this new world that we're moving towards. And not all of it's good. See people clowning Stellar for that tweet. Very bad tweet, by the way. Whoever wrote that tweet, naughty. That was very unprofessional. But people saying, I'm selling my Stellar for XRP. Not one of them posted any receipts. Because people can say what they want on the internet, guys. You don't need to prove it up, back it up, or anything. We do, and we're very special with that. And we've got nearly 700 people that can attest to what I'm doing. We're extremely transparent. Anyway, I'm really just getting off topic here. I've got so much to say to you guys. I've not seen you in a while. Digital asset investment products saw inflows totaling for the 5th consecutive week, totaling 1.3 billion. Bitcoin saw inflows of 407. So where the hell is the rest of the money going? That's a very low percentage. Bitcoin saw inflows of 407 million out of 1.3 billion. May I just remind us, with ETPs globally now representing 7.1% of the current market capitalization. Ethereum stole the show this week, with the price falling recently close to 2,100, leading to a significant buying on weakness with inflows of 793 million. We're seeing more inflows in terms of Ethereum than we are Bitcoin. And guess what? I'm going to have to pull up another TradingView chart here, because what we teach is stage analysis, or we call it phase analysis. It's essentially a continuation of what the likes of Stan Weinstein taught and so many others out there, like Charles Dow or perhaps Wyckoff. Everyone's familiar with Wyckoff's accumulation and distribution, but there's a kind of cycle to that, or the Wall Street cheat sheet. Let's take a look at where Ethereum is. Ethereum is in this perfect situation, ladies and gentlemen. They're buying technical support, and people still don't believe technical analysis works. It does. You just haven't done your homework on it, and you're following the wrong people. A lot of technical analysis on YouTube doesn't work, by the way. Take a look at this. This is brilliant. This is beautiful. This is exactly what it did last time. This is exactly how markets move. So that's very interesting to me that institutions are doing that and buying Ethereum. Let us continue. So we also saw significant XRP inflows, now significantly dwarfing Solana, which is fantastic news in my opinion. Obviously, America, the star of the show. That's why these ETFs are so important. Bitcoin saw the inflow. Then it talked about Ethereum. Other notable inflows were XRP and Solana, which saw 21 million and 11 million representative, respectively. Blockchain Equities saw further inflows of 33 million inflows, bringing the year-to-date flows to 194. So institutions are buying, and that's what we're looking at with CoinShares report. What's retail doing? They're scared. They're worried. They can't stomach the volatility, which is natural in this space. And that's why people don't do well when it comes to the crypto space, because they can't stomach the downside. But everybody wants the big upside. Everyone wants 100x, but they're not willing to go through the process of getting to there. And the Ethereum exercise that we did was a great one. And I've done that in quite a bit more detail with the patrons. Also, CFTC announced crypto forum to launch digital asset market pilot. Value to the hundreds of trillions, quadrillions of dollars, not hundreds of quadrillions, but quadrillions, is all coming on chain. And the blockchains that we talk about here on this show are going to enable that. Certainly the ISO ones. Great video coming out, or interview coming out this week with an individual that talks about that in a lot more detail. So the Commodities Future Trading Commission will hold a CEO forum of industry-leading firms to discuss the launch of the CFTC's Digital Asset Market Pilot Program for tokenizing non-cash collateral such as stablecoins. Participants will include Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com, MoonPay, and Ripple. Further information on the CEO forums will be released once details are finalized. The embrace of this industry and this technology is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Bitcoin, and I want to do it from a kind of macro perspective. You have not just broken out of your all-time highs. We've got Bitcoin on the left here, and we've got Nvidia on the right, just to fizzle and die. That's not how this works. That's not why charts break out into all-time highs. You've got an Nvidia-like journey ahead of you, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we've got technical patterns on Bitcoin, but we're just showing you the kind of broad outline of charts that we actually looked at here on Allincrypto, perhaps behind the scenes in Patreon, that have broken into all-time highs in the fashion that you do. We said you were going to break all-time highs based on that bull flag and see that continuation. First bull flag target met, there's a broader one, there's inverse head and shoulders, etc., 150k that's got to be met, and a cup and handle, whatever. But when you break with momentum, you're now seeing a period of consolidation just like Nvidia saw before you see that broader uptrend continue. You've not just broke all-time highs to fizzle and die. And that's an Nvidia example. Broadcom, many of you might not have heard of this. Again, similar story, similar thing. Break into new all-time highs, consolidation before continuation. Subscribe to this channel, guys, and we'll keep you right. And then we've got Altcoin Enterprises. By the way, Broadcom, I wish I'd invested in this and been paying a lot more attention. This outperformed all altcoins and Bitcoin so far. There are stocks out there that do well. We will be doing more stuff with the stock market because we actually get that, I think, almost more right than we do crypto because it's an easier market to trade, in my opinion. And perhaps invest in. It just doesn't offer as big a return, although I've just said that with Broadcom. Altcoin Enterprises, again, break out into new all-time highs. Get ready for that continuation, guys. Bitcoin has it ahead of it, and when you look at the totals, they really are just in a perfect position. Total market cap is literally just consolidating around all-time highs after having broken it and flipped it as support. Total 2 just below it, like we can show you so many examples of. Ladies and gents, I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope you guys miss me as much as I missed you. Don't get shaken out. Don't buy into the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and let the uninformed sort of sway your decisions. Always take that zoomed out view. That's why we do that through the lens of technical analysis. We look at weekly timeframes. Yeah, okay, we'll take some, I don't really even trade. The only markets I trade are Forex, and rarely, unless there's some sort of big pattern there, and the equity market. Don't trade crypto, certainly with leverage. I'll invest in it because I can make a lot of money out of it, but the journey to making that money is filled with 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% pullbacks. That's a fact. And that makes risk management very hard from a trading point of view. And timing, an ever increasing challenge. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. Hang in there. We'll be back tomorrow with another daily market update. Look out for this evening's video. We've got lots of interviews to bring you this week. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.